Back at it again, and we've got a major story breaking, and we're gonna have to get to the bottom of it. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new, and let's dive in.
That people like yourselves are finally fed up. Something is stirring in us that says it doesn't have to be this way. People stop me everywhere at airports, at hotels and malls, on the street, and they remind me that this country is ready for a history-making change. They are ready to reclaim their freedom, their independence. And
I saw that and I thought, is that something?
And that's why I'm here today. I'm here to declare myself an independent candidate for President of the United States. That's not all. I'm here to join you in making a new Declaration of Independence for our entire nation. We declare independence from the corporations that have hijacked our government. And we declare independence from Wall Street, from big tech, from big pharma, from big ag, from the military contractors and their lobbyists. And we declare independence from the mercenary media that is here to fortify all of the corporate orthodoxies from their advertisers and to urge us to hate our neighbors and to fear our friends. And we declare independence from the cynical elites who betray our hope and who amplify our divisions. And finally, we declare independence from the two political parties. And the corrupt interests that dominate them and the entire rigged system of rancor, of rage, of corruption, of lies that has turned government officials into indentured servants for their corporate bosses. We declare independence from these corrupting powers because they are incompatible with the inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness that the people who sat in that hallway ratified for us in 1776, 1787. Now we can guard life. How can we guard life?
So yeah, you heard it there. We could stop that there. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. officially running as an independent. Now, the big question is, who does this affect? I believe I made a video on this a while back, when there was some speculation about him running, or he announced, actually, I believe he announced that he was going to make an announcement, which is kind of crazy. He announced that he was going to make it a big announcement, today or yesterday, actually. And, I believe I talked about it then, but there's some polls that recently came out that may hold true. Y'all let me know what you think. Check these polls out.
All right, welcome back to The Hill. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. looking to throw a wrench potentially into the 2024 presidential election. He is expected to announce early next week that he'll be running as an independent. New polling suggests that this could spell trouble for both President Biden and former Trump. The new survey shows the two frontrunners at just over 30%, with RFK Jr. sitting at 14%. Elizabeth Vargas, come on in, joining us now to discuss. Hey there, Elizabeth. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, we made it on a crazy week. What do you make of that? I mean, 14%, you know, the pack for RFK Jr. was saying they were at 17, 19, and we were like, yeah, but that's the pack. This is a legitimate Reuters poll having him at 14.
Yeah, he's definitely appealing to a core group of voters. The question is where does he pull those voters from? It's interesting. I talked to a Republican strategist who said that he was up in New Hampshire, and I was asking him which of the Republican candidates might have a chance of coming close, at least, to former President Trump. And he said, actually, the most signs I saw in New Hampshire were for Bobby Kennedy. So it says something. He has an appeal. And a lot of people who are Trump supporters find Bobby Kennedy very appealing. We, in fact, know that a lot of Trump backers have been also backing Kennedy, perhaps as a spoiler. So maybe his decision to jump in as an independent will change things up. I don't know. It's interesting. I asked him, Blake, in the town hall that we had here on News Nation with him, that question of whether or not he would ever run as an independent. He said, absolutely not. I'm a Democrat. I was born a Democrat. We're a family of Democrats. He was very passionate about it, and he's now changing his tune.
You know, you mentioned that there's the thinking that maybe he actually does draw more from Republicans, in this case, potentially Donald Trump, than Democrats. There was,
well, in that one there, my goodness, they get into the conspiracy stuff. Anyway, as you saw there, and, you know, they did end up trying to spin it. But look at that. Take a look at that. Biden 31, Trump 33, and Kennedy 14. Now, polls are polls, right? There's a long way to go. We have a long time before the actual election happens, a little bit over a year. So there's still a lot of time. So you always have to take these polls with a grain of salt. But my question to you all is, would you support Robert F. Kennedy Jr., or are you in the Trump camp and that's it? Is it Trump or nothing? Or are you like, yeah, I'd vote for Robert F. Kennedy Jr.? And I'm asking that because I want to get a sense of what's actually going on or what could possibly happen, because that's a lot of the speculation. Who's he going to hurt more? Is it going to be Democrats or is it going to be Republicans? The polls show it's going to be Democrats. Well, at least the presidential polls show it's going to be Democrats. But some of the favorability polls say it possibly could be Republicans. Now, once again, just because Republicans favor him more than, you know, Democrats favor him doesn't mean that Republicans would actually vote for him. Like, that's a totally separate question. I can see that happening because I favor Robert F. Kennedy Jr. than a lot of other candidates, right? But it doesn't mean that I would ever vote for him, because I wouldn't, you know? So I just find that kind of interesting, because that's one of the things that a lot of, you know, the mainstream media is using to say that it would hurt Trump more than Biden. It's because Republicans favor Kennedy more than Democrats favor Kennedy. But like I said, that doesn't mean that they're going to vote for him. So would you guys actually vote for Kennedy, or is it a Trump or nothing kind of situation? Let me know. And let me know, you know, the conversations that you guys have had amongst your friends, family, and co-workers about, you know, Kennedy. Is he a guy that could possibly pull from Republicans or not? I think Donald Trump's base is solid, meaning that his floor is solid. He's not dropping below a certain number. Like, that number is guaranteed. Whereas Biden doesn't really have a floor. You know, Biden could drop to 10%, right? Theoretically. But Trump would never drop that low. I believe he has a floor that's extremely solid, and it's not going anywhere. The question is everybody else, mainly the independents. You know, do more independents go towards Joe? Do they go towards Kennedy? Do more split off towards Trump? What does that look like? I probably will actually release a poll on my Twitter account. The link to my Twitter account is down below in the description box. Make sure you guys go and follow me on Twitter, or X, I guess it's called now. The link is down below. It's at @TheRealDocRich. @TheRealDocRich on Twitter. Make sure you go and follow me and vote in the poll. I'll probably be dropping one today after this video on this situation, Kennedy or Trump, or should I add Joe Biden to it? I think I'm gonna go Kennedy and Trump just to try to narrow it down a little bit. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Like I said, I lean towards it hurting Democrats more because if you guys remember, Kennedy actually was polling at, I believe, over 14%. At one point, I believe he was close to 20% in the Democratic primary. So that means Democrats actually liked him, to the tune of almost 20% of them. So I think he's really going to hurt Democrats more, and the media is just trying to spin it to make it sound as if he's got no shot and it doesn't mean anything. But I think it's also telling that they probably won't really air a whole lot of his announcement. And they haven't really aired a whole lot of it previously, or a whole lot of Robert F. Kennedy previously. They've obviously done it in spots, and then, of course, to try to down him. But other than that, they don't really talk about Robert F. Kennedy Jr., even though he was running in the Democrat primary. They never talked about him. Did you notice that? Like, it was just basically radio silence on Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and I think that is because they actually saw him as a threat. So, yeah, I think he's going to hurt Democrats. But y'all let me know. Peace and love, family. I'm out.